In this video, I want to talk about why every black man needs emotional intelligence. All right, let's go ahead and get right into it. If you clicked on this video and you are not a black man, you're somebody of another race, maybe you're a woman, I appreciate you clicking on the video. I appreciate you checking out my content, regardless of what this title says. I don't usually gear my content towards a specific race, but I've been talking about emotional intelligence a lot, and I really wanted to kind of dive into why I think it's really important for black men to understand this skill and to make it a part of their lives. All right. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and first just establish what exactly is emotional intelligence. All right. Emotional intelligence is the ability to manage both your emotions and understand the emotions of people around you. Okay. So now, why is this important? First of all, let me go ahead and kind of circle back around to we all need emotional intelligence. Men, women, children, we all need this skill. All right. But we as black men specifically need this skill, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you why. Now, we as black men are already looked through a certain lens, okay? Through that societal conditioning, we're looked at as like aggressive, we got bad attitudes, maybe hard to deal with. This is kind of out of our control. It's due to like media, maybe movies. Definitely music plays heavy into this. There's things that cause us to be looked at through this lens. And the reason it's important for us to become more emotionally intelligent is because we can counteract those stereotypes about black men, and we can almost shift people's perspectives of us. Okay, this is almost like a cheat code to life once you really understand this. Think about this. Say you walk into a room, right? And you're the black dude and you walk into like a room full of white people or majority white people, right? People are going to look at you and already kind of maybe look at you a certain way. They might already expect you to act a certain way, talk a certain way. They might even expect your name to already be something like, Tyrone or something like that. We all know how stereotypes can go. Okay. So when you're emotionally intelligent, you can counteract these types of stereotypes. And what I mean is you can counteract how people are anticipating you to act. All right. So people, naturally we're people. People are going to look at you a certain way, expect you to act a certain way. But when you're able to flip the script on them and you're actually very self-aware, you're actually very emotionally mature, you're very aware of the people around you, you're very comfortable in your own skin, you're aware of how you're showing up in the room and showing up in the world. When you can do that, it makes you, almost kind of makes you like superhuman. You are just kind of like a very rare individual to be able to do that, especially if you black. You see what I'm saying? Like if you're able to carry yourself with this type of confidence and this type of, awareness, and it's really important to be emotionally intelligent because, like I said, it counteracts those ideas that people may have of you. And it may just kind of throw them for a loop when they're expecting you to act a certain way and you're acting completely different. You're able to carry yourself a certain way. It's almost like you're more dignified and you walk more in your integrity than people may expect you to, based off of how they've been conditioned to see you and how they've been conditioned to think a black man is supposed to operate in this world. So I give you an example, like growing up, I used to always get, you're the white black kid. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a black dude who got this, you know what I'm talking about. And that's based off of like, how I spoke. Specifically, I think it's off of how I spoke, but I learned over the years that whenever somebody said that to me, like you're the white black kid, they're basing that off of what their idea of a black man is. You see what I'm saying? And this plays into not taking things so personally too. I used to take it personally when I was a kid, but as you get older, you start to see things a bit differently. Your perspective shifts. So I started to really understand that when people say that, especially when they're younger, it's like I don't align with their idea of what a black man is. So then that means, oh, you're the white black guy. You don't act thuggish, or you don't carry yourself like you're from the hood or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So in their mind, it's like, yeah, you're different. You're not like what I expect from what I see on TV and in movies and hearing music. So once you can understand that, for me, it was very helpful once I understood that. But, it's kind of one of them game changers once you understand that. And so back to just being emotionally intelligent, being able to be aware of your own emotional state, that gives you more of that sense of self-control. So you're not pulled into different directions based off of other people's energies that you're interacting with or other people's emotional states. And I think, you know, a lot of people, based off that societal conditioning, say if, you know, somebody was to say, like, black men, we get approached differently. We get approached in a way where it's like people are scared of us. You know, we get approached with like timidness and hesitation and stuff like that. People don't even know how to take, you know, how we're going to respond based off of that societal conditioning. They don't know what to expect. So when you can flip that script on them, you're like, hey, how you doing? You know, you smile at them. Smiling is another powerful thing too. Now that I bring that up, you know, I feel like black people get this bad sense that we don't like to smile. You know what I'm saying? I know that's always been one of the running jokes that we don't smile in pictures. But yeah, you can really throw somebody for a loop if you smile. You know, you really throw them off. But yeah, it's things like that. It's just having that emotional awareness, that sense of yourself and how the world perceives you. There's a lot of power in that, in knowing how the world actually perceives you. It's like you can play off of that. You know, I remember this comedian, Dion Cole. He does all the Old Spice commercials. One of his stand-ups, he was like, man, we as black people, we got to learn how to manage our blackness, you know, out here in the world when we're dealing with white people and et cetera, et cetera. And again, this video is not talking crap about white people or anything like that. As you can tell, I'm not speaking that way. I got mixed kids, if it helps, you know, so I've dealt with some white women in my life, but and white people in general. But yeah, he was saying how we got to manage our blackness. And yeah, I don't know, it's just funny when you think about it, because it's true to a degree. You know, people are going to expect us to act a certain way. I think that black men, black women specifically too, we get that rap in life where, you know, people don't really know how to take us. We're expected to act a certain way. And there's not any other race in the world that I really think gets that. So I learned that, you know, to be able to counteract, you know, people's perceptions, people's perspectives of you, and just work on being emotionally intelligent, work on being self-aware, work on not kind of falling into a pattern of behavior that falls right into alignment with how society says you are supposed to behave. You know what I'm saying? So this was definitely like a deep video, and I hope it provided you with some value. If it did, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check out one of my other videos, and I will see you there. Peace.